Hey guys, gals, and MBs, doing a vlog style video, just going over some things and getting some opinions on a few things. But the first thing I'm going to go over is I ended up canceling the pre-order on the Erica synth steam pipe. While I think this is an awesome synth and it sounds absolutely wonderful, I don't think it's really for me. I was going to use it to do physical modeling of bowed sounds, but I don't think it can do that very well. From everything I can tell, it just can't. It doesn't have any real good implementations to do the bowing and like the rosiny style, like brushing up against a bow sound, like other Car Plus strong implementations I've heard, even including the ones on like the micro and mini freak. So yeah, it doesn't. Not to say that I won't get one in the future, but I did cancel the pre-order on this. Plus, the reverb, while it's really cool, I have a night verb, and it is the same reverb algorithm as far as I can tell. But on the night verb, it is much more customizable. And the other thing I have an issue with is since the reverb is on the unit and I would be using it a lot, it kind of defeats the purpose if I needed to put a delay in there because I wouldn't be able to use a delay in front of the reverb in the steam pipe. So that's a big issue. I think they should have really just put a delay in it and then also had the reverb. Maybe the processor isn't capable of handling all that much computation for that, but it would have been nice to see. That said, I did end up getting a new wave state. I got the module. So, as you know, I've made quite a few wave state videos from the Mark II and the Mark 1. I got the module. I had a module a while back when they first came out, but mine was arrived defective. The power plug hole was offset, so it was almost impossible to plug in a AC adapter into it without bending it like heavily. So I ended up just staying with the keyboard version, but then I ended up selling the keyboard version. And while I didn't really regret selling it in particular because I was going to get a module in the future anyway, I have a module again. The big difference is the module now gives you 120 voices. I don't think the SoC changed at all. I think they're just doing, market segmentation because why not? It's Korg, right? I think it uses the same Raspberry Pi compute module as the Mark II, so you should be able to do 120 on the keyboard, but they've locked it out in firmware, I'm assuming. All right, so yeah, wave state. The other thing I want to bring up, so I was surprised how well my Multi Poly video did, and I do truly love this synth. So I was messing with it last night, and one of the things I'm going to do very soon, I don't know if it's going to be my next video, but I'll try, is I'm going to compare it against the TO5. And the thing is they sound so, you can get in the ballpark of the TO5 with the Multi Poly, which was crazy to me. Not saying that I'm going to get rid of my TO5 because that's actually one of my most beloved hardware synths at this point, but I'm just surprised how much effort that Korg put into the Multi Poly's VA engine, especially with the modeled filters. The SEM filter in particular just sounds absolutely gorgeous, so that'll be something fun to look forward to. Yeah, so back to the whole wave state thing. I think this is going to be more in line with the kind of sounds that I want to make, which are bowed instruments, and samples just do a better job than most physical modeling can. I mean, physical modeling has made leaps and bounds, and you can do some really good, almost perfectly accurate sounds, but not on the steam pipe. So I'll see how that one turns out. Maybe there's enough interest in it for me to actually get one and do some tutorials on it, but as it stands, not that interesting to me any longer. So yeah, so that leads to the other thing that I want to talk about, and that is my channel in general. I switched my name to Random Yuki because I was initially going to not do hardware synth stuff. I was going to branch out into more soft synth stuff and things that weren't synth related, but then I realized that music is my favorite hobby, even though I do like doing photography and things like that. So should I keep the Random Yuki name, go back to Yuki the Synth Dragon? Any new comments on that? The thing is, I kind of don't want to go back to Yuki the Synth Dragon, mainly because technically my persona is not even a dragon, so I don't even know how that works. It just sounded cool when I first started the channel, so I kind of went with that. So yeah, for anybody wondering, my persona is definitely a fox or something, or whatever the hell the ears on my character are here. I guess my character is a catboy, but whatever. That said, I just don't know what to change my channel name to. I mean, Yuki is such an ambiguous, open name. Just as an aside, I work for a Japanese company, and there's actually a few Yukis that work at the company I work for. So it's not that an uncommon name, which is like, so I can't just name myself Yuki something like that, obviously, because it's too open ended, and I kind of want to say what I'm doing on my channel. Random Yuki doesn't make sense for a music themed channel. Maybe Yuki Music or something along those lines. I'm keeping that name, but that said, it's just, I don't think Random Yuki works, because I am definitely now come to realize that it is my favorite hobby. So I'm going to stick with the music moniker and not really make other video content on this channel. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about me canceling the pre-order on the steam pipe. As much as I love the sound of it, again, bowed instruments are not its strong point. That's what I was hoping its strong point was. Maybe I'll get another mini freak in the future. I mean, obviously I can use the VST. It's part of the collection that I bought from them. But I do really like the Mini Freaks filters, even though they're not my favorite SEM style filters. They actually do a pretty poor job of that SEM sound, even though they are technically SEM style filters. There's just something up. Maybe the drive's off on it or something like that. But it is a fantastic synth, and I do actually like the keybed on it, surprisingly enough. That said, the other thing I want to bring up, the Multipoles keybed. This was asked already twice, and I basically stated that the keybed is the same mechanism as the keybed on the wave state and the mod wave and things like that, which I feel that it is. It definitely feels like that, but it feels heavier. And it has grown on me to actually feel fairly nice to use. Not like the Fatar keybed. I was doing some side-by-side, well, not side-by-sides, but I was using my TO5 yesterday, right after using my multi-poly, and obviously the TO5 felt miles above what the multi-poly felt like, but not to the point where I was just going to dismiss it as being a usable keybed. So yeah, it is definitely a little more weighty. I don't know how they implemented that. I'm really thinking that they added more springiness to the rubber contact pad that they have underneath the keys. If you know anything about, I think it's like the Topra keyboard, or what, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's like a cup, a silicone cup that sits over a contact pad. And that's kind of how these work. And it kind of has that exact feel to it, but the rubber membrane or silicone membrane that they use on the multi-poly actually feels pretty nice. So yeah, I'm not going to dismiss it as being a terrible keybed. I don't think I said it was a terrible keybed. It's just not one of my favorites. That said, I do hope in the future they come out with a module. I think that'd make a lot more sense, and will make a lot more people happy to have this VA engine. And as you'll see in the video where I do a comparison, the VA engine in the multi-poly is just phenomenally good. All right, yeah, like I said, let me know about the channel name and your thoughts on the whole steam pipe situation. In my mind, it's just not for me. So yeah, that, and I have a delay pedal coming soon. So that'll be interesting. It's a new one that I've not featured and never had. I mean, I've had the version 1 of that, so you can kind of guess what it is. But yeah, thanks for watching my videos. If you like my content, yeah, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And again, let me know about the channel name. All right, bye.